but it all comes down to like if the O-line, tight ends, and the receivers are all hitting on the right things, then the play should be hit. That's usually how it views. And like I was saying, if one guy's off, then the play's not going to hit.
I don't know exactly how well you guys are protecting from a pass pro standpoint and the run blocking in general.
I think as a group, I think we've been getting better each week at pass protecting, especially myself. I feel like I've gotten a lot better with trusting myself and being confident since the Penn State game. But I feel like as a group, we've stressed a lot more with our protection, and I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job with protecting Graham and over the past few weeks, and we're getting better every week. And then in the run game, we just got to keep getting better. That's the whole point.
I know it's early in the week for you guys, but just what are some of the things that stand out about a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, who's gotten a lot of preseason hype and starting to put it on the field?
Yeah, he's got. He didn't play last year, and I remember we were coming to the game. We were excited to face him, and then I think he had an injury or something. So I'm excited. It's a new challenge to face. I think me and Russ are both really excited to play against him. Just treat it like any other DN that you're playing. Study his techniques, study his moves, studies what he's going to do, and then just get ready for that.
Overall, in general, I apologize. I'm sure you've been asked this before, so apologies for getting here late. But just with that Michigan defense in total, I know that they gave up some runs against I guess we're against Rutgers, but just what stands out about that front and just what concludes overall for you trying to reestablish the run game?
Yeah, I guess the interesting thing with Michigan is that I believe they have the new defensive coordinator this year from the Ravens, I believe. So it's a totally new defense than what we faced last year. They're running, not entirely different, but different enough stuff that we're going to face. And I think it's going to be exciting because we can get to a lot of things that we haven't been able to get to facing these other teams. So I think as an offense, we're excited to switch some things up formation-wise and run some different plays, so we're definitely excited.
What's a film session like with coaches off after a game like that? Because I know the pride you guys take, and that wasn't what you guys wanted to do. Just what's it like kind of working through those things after a game?
I'd say it's just the film sessions is just, what you expect it to be. Just, what we did well and what we did wrong, and we just go through with that. We correct what guys were doing wrong, whether it was from a defensive standpoint, looking at what we should have done on this look or what we should have done on that look as a group, or whether it was a technique standpoint, like you should have done this or you should have fit the guy like this. And that's kind of what we go through, and then we praise what we did well. We record our knockdowns and stuff that we had. So it's exactly what you'd think it would be. Just clean it up, what we did wrong, and then moving on with the stuff we did well at.
You talked about Hutchinson a little bit. Is there anyone else on that Michigan defense, particularly the front seven, that stands out to you? I know they've always had some talented lines. I think there's some capable of getting back there.
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. The first guy I think of is probably Hutchinson at the end, but I think it's a talented group. I mean, they're undefeated right now, right? So their whole defense is pretty talented, and that's something that we're going to have to step up and take on. So I think we're all really excited to deal with this crew and deal with these big boys in front. So.
Not to dwell too much on the past, but just with what happened in the fourth quarter last week against Notre Dame, and just how do you process it the day after, or even that night of, as you back, the bus ride, and then working through the next day, and then into the day? How are you processing what you did right, what you did wrong, and just trying to move ahead to Michigan?
Individually for me, I would say, after a game like that, I go through, watch the film on the bus ride home and just think of like I was saying before in the film session, it's just, what I did right, what I did wrong, what I got to clean up. And then the first thought in my head is like, move on. Like the game's over, clean up what I did bad on, and then move on to this next week. And that's kind of everybody's vision right now. Is like you can't dwell on the past with these things. So it's just kind of move on to the next target.
There's obviously urgency to win every game, but is there anything extra after getting beat like that and finishing like that? Is there any extra urgency to get one this weekend?
I'd say there's always, like you were saying, there's always an urgency with every game, but I think just our biggest thing this week is just finish a game how it should be finished. Finish blocks, finish running the ball, finish passing the ball, just everything. It's just finish. That's kind of our whole main focus this week.
Is it hard to try to say, like, hey, it's done and over with? Is it hard to not let hard feelings linger after all that?
Yeah, sometimes you dwell on things, and we always talk about the thought after the thought. You think like, oh well, what if we would have what if we woulda, what if we shoulda, you know, you can't think like that because then you start getting down on yourself. You do that in a game if you're thinking, oh, well, I should have done this on a play that you just ran and you're on to the next play, you're already not thinking about the play that you're at. So it's always just being where your feet at, you know, being where you are, you know, in a game or even in a season, just knowing like we got the next thing, like that's done. So
I'm sure you've been asked this before too, because I know with like the rotating linemen and whatnot, where there's like nine of y'all that are pretty much going in. Just, you know, is it hard to get into a rhythm, like to gel like that when you have like certain guys and then some come out and pop back in, or do you have rapport with both, you know, guys like Seltzner and Cormac on that left side? You know, how does that affect your game play, or just even just the chemistry between everybody on the line?
yeah, I'd say you know, I feel like everybody's got chemistry. We've all played with each other multiple times. Like I think I played with every single guy that rotates in on that O-line. So I mean, it's nothing that's, you know, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that guy's in. It's like kind of like, okay, this guy's in. You know, they bring a different skill set that maybe the defense doesn't see, or you know, they bring fresh legs that come into play, which is always really important. And we trust all those guys that are coming in. We're all close, and we all play really well with each other. So.
Thanks, Al.